Good morning and welcome to Heart Mooresville, your small town radio show with a big heart. I'm your host, Christine Patterson, bringing you all the exciting Mooresville news and happenings. And please welcome our guest co-host, Mr. Sean Owens, Deputy Director of Experience and Engagement.
Good morning, everybody.
And Alyssa Anderson, Experience and Engagement Marketing Manager.
Good morning.
It's my crew.
Woo!
Good morning.
Get it done.
It's beautiful weather today.
I love it.
Yeah.
Except for all the yellow stuff out there.
Yeah, that pollen, man, is harsh.
Yeah.
Harsh. I'm super excited because we have a old friend in the studio. Not because she's old. She's very young and new and fresh. Yes. Yeah. She's like, what, 16? Are you 16? Yeah. But an old friend of mine because we've known each other a while, been on the circuit, back to our Professional Women's Network days. But Michelle Miller, comedian extraordinaire.
Hey, y'all.
Right?
I'm excited. I'm trying to suppress all of my energy because I am typically bouncing everywhere. So this is like
you're in the
me
right
being
place.
still.
Yeah, you're in the right place. We have energy here at the Heart Mooresville show. Okay. No, we're super excited to talk to you. I remember the first time I ever got to hear you do stand up, and I was amazed. You were someone that obviously was in the corporate world at the time, and someone I saw as kind of a peer, and then you get up there and just do this amazing thing and have the whole room just rolling with laughter, and it was inspiring.
The corporate world was rough for me. I'm not gonna lie. So I did comedy for a long time. So trying to sit behind a desk or anytime we could do anything networking, I was on it because I did not want to sit behind a desk. And so I didn't do bad at my job, but trying to chain me to being still all day is really rough.
Yeah, I get that. Well, we're going to talk more to Michelle and all about why and how, the who, what, when, where, why of her comedian days now. But before we do, we like to keep our listeners informed with In the News. All right, so a couple things that I want to share. The first is, I always try to keep everyone updated on the scams that are out there. And there are a lot of scams.
A new scam.
I don't know if it's new. It's been going on, but it's tax season, right? So lots of scamming going on in tax season. So you want to watch out for that tax refund related scams that are coming on right now. So one of the newest tax scams involves criminals sending text messages about your tax refund. So the texts say that you will forfeit your tax refund if you don't provide your bank account information for direct deposit using the link, of course. Never click links, y'all. If they email you in a text and it's unexpected, do not click the link.
Yeah. Don't
do it. So when you click that link, your account information can be stolen and used to take money from your account. And the text messages say things like, they sound very official. They say things like, your refund request has been processed and approved. Yay, great information, right? I'm going to get my refund. Please provide your accurate payment information by, and then usually they provide a link. And they also always include language that creates that sense of urgency, like failure to submit the required payment information will result in a permanent forfeiture of this refund. You don't want to lose out on that refund, right?
No.
Yeah.
You got to click that link fast. No, don't click it. They even use a different approach with their text scam saying that you want a grant instead of qualifying for a refund. Taxpayers in states like Virginia have been hit hard with this scam, and it's coming to North Carolina too. So if they say that you've won a grant instead of your refund, don't believe it. They say that you can be prepared and watch out by remembering some facts like these. The North Carolina Department of Revenue does not communicate about tax refunds via text messages. So you're never going to get a text from the North Carolina Department of Revenue. If you receive a text about your tax refund, just delete it. We don't want you to accidentally click that link. Don't do it. You're scrolling through your phone, you accidentally click it, bam, don't do it. Just delete the text. Don't click on the links in the text, like we talked about. If you don't clearly recognize the sender, links in fraudulent text messages or emails, that's how they steal your identity. So don't click those links. But if you have questions about this or doubts, if you did get a text message and you're not sure, or a phone call or a letter, because they use multiple avenues, then you can contact the NC Department of Revenue. It's 1-877-252-3052. That's 1-877-252-3052, and that's on their website as well. But contact them during normal business hours and, ask a question if you're not sure. So look out for those scams.
Is it okay if the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia texts you and you respond?
Oh, those are real.
those are
that
real.
yeah,
Yes.
that one is
Okay.
definitely real.
Okay.
Only if they want you to be a bride. That's the thing. Like,
All right.
the thing about these scams is if you have teenagers, you have to tell them too.
Yeah.
I know.
A lot of people don't tell their teens, and mine come up and they're like, "Mama, they're gonna give me some money." I'm like, "No, they're not, baby. Don't click it." So yeah,
Even,
my
even
kids.
the elderly,
Yes.
the elderly as well.
Yes.
They just kind of assume that everybody's being
Yes.
honest
Yeah.
out there. And I had a good friend whose mom lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and
It's bad.
it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is Alyssa and I know someone that their mother, elderly mother, also lost. I would say $50,000 to $60,000
Something.
in cash. And I think we all have those stories of someone
Yeah.
that this happened to, and it really is
Yeah.
getting more and more frequent, and it's scary.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie. When I hear the story of an elderly woman going after a prince, that gets me though. Every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all want our prince, right?
Yeah.
If they tell me to kiss a frog and I'll get, whatever, I'm kissing it.
There you go.
I know.
Give it
I'm
a
joking.
shot.
My husband's my prince. Okay, next story. This was, I thought, a fascinating story just to show the growth of Mooresville. But MSI Defense Solutions is a business that is in Mooresville, and they were recently the recipient of the Governor's Export Award of Excellence. It's presented through the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina and through the Office of the Governor. The award recognizes North Carolina companies that demonstrate outstanding success in expanding international sales and strengthening global partnerships. They also, MSI, invited delegates to their location to showcase their Eagles system, which is Electronic Advanced Ground Launcher System, which is a lightweight, mobile, and radar-enabled counter-UAS system that detects, tracks, and neutralizes unmanned aerial systems or drones, but all built right here in Mooresville. So they discussed how the town of Mooresville has a goal of being a hub for advanced defense manufacturing and innovation, and how the MSI Defense showcases how a company has kind of leaned into that motorsports experience and utilized existing and future talent. But I think it's just really fascinating how Mooresville has this infrastructure in place because of motorsports, because of racing. We have the talent, we have this history of engineering because of everything that we've done in the racing industry. And now that's evolved into making Mooresville this really desirable location for manufacturing across many industries. So, we're growing, we're attracting new businesses, which attract new jobs and growth to the area. I think we all feel that growth sometimes when we're on the roads, but growth cannot, is not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, so congratulations to MSI Defense on your recognition. All right. We are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to talk to Michelle Miller. You're not McNair anymore, right?
Well, sort of.
Well, Michelle. Okay. Michelle Miller, comedian
There's a story there.
from Mooresville. We're going to get all the stories. We'll be right back here on Heart Mooresville.
You're listening to Heart Mooresville, celebrating the events, arts, and people that make our town shine. Back after this, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, it's a bit cooler. That's the first thing you notice for our Tuesday. High temperatures only going to make it up into the upper 50s to around 60 for the afternoon. Chilly overnight, we'll go back down into the low 40s, maybe some upper 30s around the lake. And then we start the gradual step up into the upper 60s Wednesday, back up around 80 by Thursday, and staying dry for a while. That's your forecast from the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen. I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Let's start in Huntersville, where families are invited to celebrate the season at Lake Forest Church's Hop This Way Easter Egg Hunt. It all happens March 28th from 3:30 to 5 p.m. at Lake Forest Church in Huntersville. Kids can take part in a large Easter egg hunt, meet the Easter Bunny, and enjoy games and family-friendly activities in a festive, welcoming environment. It's a great way to kick off the spring season with the whole family. Then, looking ahead to April, come hungry because one of Mooresville's most popular events is back. The Downtown Mooresville Festival of Food Trucks kicks off its 2026 season on Saturday, April 4th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. along Broad and Main Streets. With more than 15 food trucks, live music from Untethered Soul, and a lively social district atmosphere, it's the perfect excuse to grab a chair, bring some friends, and enjoy incredible food from across the Charlotte and Lake Norman region. This fan-favorite event runs the first Saturday of each month, April through October, and opening night is always one you don't want to miss. And finally, a chance to enjoy a great meal while supporting a great cause. The Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department is hosting a drive-through barbecue chicken fundraiser on April 11th, starting at 11 a.m. until sold out at Station 1. For just $10, you'll get a plate with barbecue chicken, baked beans, slaw, a roll, and dessert, all while supporting local firefighters and community safety initiatives. It's a simple way to give back and enjoy a classic meal.
MuralFest 2026, presented by Window World, returns April 23rd through 26th to Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear Allison Krause in Union Station, featuring Jerry Douglas, Old Crow Medicine Show, Charles Wesley Godwin, Blackberry Smoke, and more. For tickets, visit muralfest.org.
For more local events, seasonal happenings, and everything going on around Lake Norman, visit liveworkplaylkn.com. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
You're listening to iHeart Mooresville, connecting the people, the places, and the events that make our town special. Only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back to iHeart Mooresville here on WSIC News. We're talking with Michelle Miller, a comedian that is from the area. Super excited to talk to you. I guess first, just tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
We live here in Mooresville. My husband works here in Mooresville. We love, yes.
Yeah, I get that.
Yes. My husband works for NGK. And so like every day at lunch, he comes home and eats, which means I have to cook or buy food. And so we love it here. My daughter goes to Lake Norman. And so we are a Mooresville family. Maybe not Mooresville High. Don't get mad at me because I know how that works. Like we are fierce competitors.
Yes, Lake Norman and Mooresville are fierce competitors.
We learned that this year. My daughter plays basketball, and so it was something, but it was good. It was a good season. I grew up in North Carolina, not in Mooresville, but at a way smaller town. And when we found Mooresville, we just fell in love with it. And so I lived in Mooresville 20 years ago, and then moved to Florida for a little while and could not stand it, just being honest. If you're from Florida and love it, good for you. I didn't. I was in Orlando, and that was way too big. And so Mooresville feels like the Three Little Bears, this place is just right kind of thing for me. So, yeah.
We're like that in that Goldilocks zone.
Yes.
Yeah. I think a lot of people say that, and I love asking people like what brought you to Mooresville, because we hear kind of pull out some trends in those answers, and it's like it's always the people and just that feel that Mooresville has, like that small town. You're like, it's a big little city.
It is. It's gotten bigger in the last 10 years, 11 years since we've been back. But I do love that everything is accessible. Like I can get to Cookout whenever I need to, and that's important to us.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, Michelle, you have had, just like many, many phases of your life. Kind of give us a little bit of an overview of, how you became to be in comedy.
So I was a mom of a toddler at the time. I started when my son was a year old, and I was actually helping out at a church, and we hired a comedian, a pretty large church, and they had me host. And as she was on stage, multiple people came up and were like, you should be doing that. And I was like, oh, well, let me just see. And I asked the comedian, and she's like, just take a class. And I said, okay, I'll take a class. So I went to the Charlotte Comedy Zone at the time, took a comedy class. I was the only clean comedian in the class. And I had been not in like the club world at all. And so I learned a lot about club world. Yeah. But it was great. And because I was able to be clean and pretty strong coming out, they started letting me host for the comedy clubs. And I would not book myself in churches or private events because I felt like it had to be a solid show before I would charge for it. And so I used the clubs and open mics to, make that a good show. I hosted a comedy night in Asheville for a while.
Yeah.
Just trying to get stage time, and it was so much fun. And I just kept going. And I moved up in the comedy world clubs where I was a feature act and then a headliner. Headlining started in Orlando, Florida. And so I headlined for about 6 years on the road full time. My kiddos, I had a kid while I was in comedy. So like I was pregnant and everything.
Wow.
And so then they were homeschooled for a while. And then when we came back here, they loved the schools and they wanted to go to school here. And so when they went to school, it changed a little bit. And that's when I was in the corporate world because being home with them. And then now they're teenagers and they're like, just leave, Mom. We don't care.
Yeah.
And so I go about every weekend during tour season. And then I'm gone Friday, back usually Sunday or Monday, depending on if there's a 3-show weekend. And by that time, they're like, oh, we miss you. Please come home and cook.
Yeah. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right?
Or belly hungry. Either way, it works.
Oh, yeah, hunger. Yes. Now, what is tour season?
So I'm on 2 tours. I'm on the Marriage Date Night tour, and I'm on Aspire Women's Events. And so those tours run from February to May. And just about every weekend with that tour, or if I book something on my own. And then summer's changing this year, but summer usually is not a big tour season, but I'll do private events or comedy clubs. And then this year, Carnival Cruise Line. And so
Carnival. Exciting.
I am really excited about that. For a while, it was a rule that I wouldn't go away more than 4 days at a time or 5 days at a time. And so right now we're starting with 5-day cruises to see how it goes. I'm a mama first. And so I love my job and I love being a comedian, but my babies are my babies. And I've only got so many years with them. My son turned 19. And that 18 snuck up really fast on me.
I know. I've got a 16-year-old. I feel you.
Yeah, me too. And so it's rough because I know in 2 years, they're all going to be gone out of the house. And then can be my time. I can go away weeks at a time for that. But right now, 3 to 4 days, 5 days at the most.
Yeah. I mean, you just explain it to them. Like, I just have to go on this 5-day cruise. Yes. It's what mama has to do. To work. I'm so sorry. It's not fun for me either to go on this 5-day cruise in the Caribbean on Carnival cruise lines.
And get paid to do it.
Right. This is going to be so terrible to go to the buffet.
Yes.
And Cozumel. I'll do it. I'm doing it for you.
Right.
This is all sacrifices for my family.
Exactly.
They'll end up going. The first couple, because it's new job for me, they probably won't go. But after that, they're like, all right, when are we going? I'm like,
nice.
Let me figure it out first.
That's awesome.
Is that like you're there for 5 days and you're home for a week? Like, what does that schedule look like back and forth?
Right now in tour season, I'm Monday through Friday mom. Like I got home last night and took one of the kids straight to basketball practice. So there's no like downtime in between it. Summer was usually our downtime. That's the time I spend with the kids, or teach a comedy class or whatever. It doesn't really slow down. It just shifts a little bit. And so this summer shifting again. Every time something new gets added to it, it's like terrifying but exciting at the same time. So during school year, I'm only gone on the weekends. And then summer is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you mentioned a couple things that you are doing right now. So the Aspire. So tell us about that.
So Aspire is a mini women's conference. It's a 3-hour event with a comedian, a Bible teacher, and a worship leader. And it goes all over the country. Last week, just got home yesterday from New York, did 2 cities in New York and Massachusetts. This weekend will be 2 cities in Illinois. And then when we come back from Easter, I'm going to New Orleans and Mississippi.
Nice. So, definitely takes you over the U.S. for sure.
Yeah. Between that and Marriage Date Night, I've been to 15 states already this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. You like that, right?
I do. I love it. I grew up really, really poor in a small town. And so being able to go to all these places and see it, it does not get wasted on me, like the gratitude of it. Even when a rough travel day, I'm reminded that I get to do this. I just made a few hundred people laugh last night. So it's incredible. If I ever get to a point where I'm mad at it, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. No, it definitely feels like you're living your dream. I guess, when did you first realize that, you liked making people laugh or that you could make people laugh,
Honestly, I grew up rough and bullied pretty bad as a kid. And to take back the bully's power, I would make them laugh. and not at them. Like I'm not if you ever come to a show, I don't roast anybody. It's all about me. And so like we were back in the day was your mama jokes when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so they would say something, your mama's so big, she thinks a VCR is a pager. And I was like, we can afford either of those things.
Right. Right.
And so that was kind of my defense growing up of
Yeah.
laughing and making people laugh to not be bullied. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, once the bully starts laughing, you're done and you've won. So,
Yeah. Well, I love your ability to kind of create comedy out of these normal, like everyday moments. And because it is funny, right? We all don't, live these, lives where we're always encountering, these situations. But I think there is so much hilarity in what you kind of pull out of, everyday moments.
yeah, I love it. My entire show is my life and what's happened growing up or even now. And I love the ability, like I got hired to a retirement party for a financial firm, and they wanted me to roast the woman who was retiring.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's great.
I mean, they were all great about it, and she knew it was coming. But first of all, I had to Google financial firm and figure out what she did for a living. But once I did, it was so much fun, and they laughed at it. Like I was able to not just pick on her, but the people who hired me, and going into it knowing what they want is fun. And being
Yeah.
able to take whatever, like last summer, I did a conference for IT specialists.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, sure, let's
Yeah.
do it. And so taking even what they do and finding the humor in it, not making fun of what they do,
Right.
but mostly making fun of how I had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's, you have to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit too and take that. And I think that was one of my big takeaways, from seeing you the first time is it was just so grounded and down to earth and, being able to just laugh at yourself a little bit or again, these everyday situations. So what does that kind of creative process look like for you? Like how are you, develop that material for shows?
So I actually write every week. When I first started to build a show, it was you have to crank out 12 new jokes every week. And so that's a setup and a punchline. And so that meant every week I needed to do it on stage, grade it and see how it was doing and then come back. And so maybe a lot of comedians don't do it that way, but it was my career. I work on it every week. And so there's specific writing times for me where we're going through and any idea that I've written down, and I do talks, text. And so I bring out those notebooks and those things and like, okay, these are the things that came out of a conversation. Now
Yeah.
let's structure them into jokes.
Oh, so you're that person that's like jotting things down in the
Constantly.
moment.
Like there's notebooks every when I'm telling you, when I pass away and my kids find notebooks, they're gonna think their mom's insane. Like because there's gonna be like all these random words and some doodles. Like it's gonna be but they'll have fun.
I love that. I love that. All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to keep talking with Michelle Miller, comedian, and we'll be right back here on Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News.
You're listening to Heart Mooresville, celebrating the events, arts, and people that make our town shine. Back after this, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, it's a bit cooler. That's the first thing you notice for our Tuesday. High temperatures only going to make it up into the upper 50s to around 60 for the afternoon. Chilly overnight. We'll go back down into the low 40s, maybe some upper 30s around the lake. And then we start the gradual step up into the upper 60s Wednesday, back up around 80 by Thursday, and staying dry for a while. That's your forecast from the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen. I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Spotless cleaning. How can we make your day spotless? Yes, we make not just toilets spotless, but also counters, cabinets, and kitchens. We make your whole house, your whole day spotless. My grandparents taught me the details, not the things, make your home and your life luxurious. Yes, they raised me in Brazil. And that's why We will never charge you extra for base sports. Let me help you be a diva a few hours a week. Spotless Cleaning and C.com.
Jay White here from Central Line of Realty. At Central Line of Realty, we believe it's all about you. If you're selling a home, buying a home, or adding doors to your rental portfolio, put the team at Central Line of Realty to work for you. Go to centrallineofrealty.com and let's get started.
Inspire your team and gallop to greatness. Our horses at Willow Equine are outstanding at working with people on leadership and team building skills, perfect for corporate retreats. Visit willowequine.com as you gallop to greatness.
Order up. The Serve Pickleball Plus Kitchen in Cornelius is where sport and food are paired perfectly with philanthropy. Come play, dine, celebrate, and connect. No membership required. All ages welcome. Eat, play, serve it forward. Visit theservepickleball.com.
If you're a builder and you haven't went to Little Shaver's Wood Shop, you're missing all types of lumber products, hard to find woods and paneling materials that are in stock and ready to help you conquer anything the job throws your way. Locally owned, Little Shaver's Wood Shop has a friendly, knowledgeable staff to get you in, out, and on with your day. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, 3301 Salisbury Highway in Statesville. Little Shaver's Wood Shop, LILshavers.com.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Is your yard ready for a refresh? Drum Landscape Supply has over 10 types of mulch, beautiful boulders, decorative gravel, and a unique plant nursery bursting with shrubs, trees, and perennials. Call today for up to 70% off pavers and stone. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com today.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks are fluctuating. Investors are eyeing the war in the Middle East and rising crude oil prices. Growth in U.S. business activity slowed in March to an almost one-year low, and prices paid for materials and other inputs jumped along with the war with Iran. The decline in the overall composite measure due to the weakest growth in services activity in nearly a year. Headcount in March contracted for the first time in a year. Even in this environment, consumer spending on Easter expected to crack a new record high, $24.9 billion this year, according to the National Retail Federation and Prosper Insights and Analytics, surpassing the previous record set in 2023. Shoppers are budgeting a record high of about $195 a person for candy, food, gifts, decorations, clothing, flowers, and greeting cards. And if you're hoping to sell your home, time to get ready. Realtor.com says the week of April 12 is the best time of the year nationally to sell a home. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
You're listening to Heart Mooresville, connecting the people, the places, and the events that make our town special. Only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And welcome back to Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News, talking to Michelle Miller, a local comedian who is from Mooresville, but you're not local anymore. You're traveling all over the U.S., getting ready to take off on the open seas.
I love it. I'm so excited. Being from, well, no, this is our medium-sized town, but I'm from a tiny little town, and so I love it. Like, there are places I go who the hotel is bigger than my hometown, and I love that.
Yes, I know. We are a small town, but you're from a smaller town than here.
I am. Yeah.
What, do you want to shout that town out?
It's in Gaston. Nobody ever knows it. I'm from Gaston County.
Okay.
And so I grew up in Bessemer City.
Oh, yeah.
And went to Bessemer City High School. Graduating class had 89 people in it. It's small.
That area is growing too, though.
It is.
One thing I say is Gastonia has every single restaurant that you could ever want to eat.
We did not growing up.
Probably not.
No.
But now it has every restaurant that you would ever want to eat.
And for me, going to Gastonia was the big city. And so, like, it took us 20 minutes to get to Gastonia.
Yeah.
And that was the big city.
Yeah.
Like, our hometown didn't get a chain restaurant. I think they still only have one, which is Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
So I love it. Like I said, Mooresville is a good, happy medium.
Yeah.
But my town, leaving there and going, and I wasn't just from that town. I'm from the trailer park of the town. And going from to being the little trailer park girl, running around with no shoes on, to being able to do what I do, I am so grateful for it. I love it.
That little country kid.
Yeah, and I think people love relating to that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people come from humble beginnings, or because I've come from being extremely poor to, I'm not poor now, but I definitely am not rich, but I can relate to where everybody's been in that struggle, or make fun of like what we ate growing up being poor, or even joke about the fancy restaurants now, because I've now been able to do so much of it.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's what makes it more relatable too. So before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about your, kind of process and how you're jotting things down. You probably have that shoebox full of like notes, papers for jokes.
It's a tote. There are totes
It's a
of them.
tote.
It is. It's bad.
But what happened? So you said you were kind of trying them out, and you would come up, you set a goal to come up with this many jokes every week, and then you would try that material out. So what did that look like? That seems terrifying to me, first of all, because what if they don't hit? What if the jokes don't hit? Like, what happens?
At this point, you have enough material to where it's like, that didn't work. I'm sorry. And you know the audience enough. And like, I know if I'm going to do a marriage night, that there are certain things I should talk about and I shouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
I'm very careful if it's a women's event, we focus on women's stuff.
Yeah.
If there's going to be co-ed, then half my jokes have to be able to be transparent for men and women both. And so I try to know what joke can go where.
Mm-hmm.
And they do fall flat. Like when they do and there's no laugh, I usually have a throwaway line of like, well, that's not the joke for here.
Yeah.
So, or you guys didn't like that one, I'll check it off. Or, just a throwaway line to get everybody laughing again.
Yeah.
But if it's, depending on the event, I don't do new jokes. If it's one of my events that I'm doing an hour or a time, I can add it in there. But if I'm being hired for a corporate event, that's not the time to,
right. So yeah, no, that makes sense. So you're playing with that more with your show. Now you had mentioned, so you headline a couple times a year at the Comedy Zone in Mooresville.
I do. I love that place.
So what does that look like? What times a year? When do you do it?
Sometimes I'm a filler. Sometimes if they have a feature act who won't show up, they'll call me and I'll be like, yes, I don't care. I'll feature, headline, whatever you want. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that the Comedy Zone is inside the Wobbly Butt at Victory Lanes. And that room, I have done so many shows in there. I've done Christmas events. Usually I get a spring and a fall date usually. But like I said, if they have somebody who can't make it in town, they're like, Michelle, we know you're here. Can you help us? And so I could end up being there 4 times a year.
We love Paul Crines, who is owner of Victory Lanes and Wobbly Butt. Now they have Wobbly Putt coming. How cool is that?
Very cute.
We've had him on the show to talk about all the stuff they're doing. We need to have him back because we haven't had him in a while. I think it's been over a year since we've had him on the show. And he brought his little grandson with him when he came.
He's the cutest thing.
He is so cute.
He just runs that bowling alley. Me and Paul are meeting to talk about stuff, and he walks in. He's like, ice cream. And they're like, yeah, go get it.
Yeah. That kid has the life.
He does.
First of all. You rarely see Paul without his grandson. And I love that he is exposing him to so much in business in the world. Paul's such a great guy. And he's done so much with building that, entertainment venue, because that's really what it is. Yes. It's not just a bowling alley. No. I mean, it truly is an entertainment, venue. And with the brewery now, and they host meetings and all of that. So we usually talk about what's upcoming and the comedians that are coming, and they have some really great talent come through there.
They do. So what it looks like with the Wednesday night show is those comedians are going to another weekend, and so this is their stop on the way. Gotcha. And so we get some really great folks through here because this is an add-on show for them usually throughout the week.
Gotcha. Okay. And you also perform, I know you've performed at the Charlotte Comedy Zone.
Yeah. I've been there for a few times. There's comedy zones and a lot of rooms pop up and they're having like comedy nights and stuff like that. And so I always put everything on my page because if it's a public event, I want people to be able to come out and see it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, one of the things that I was surprised to hear about, and I love this concept, is that you do a kids comedy camp.
Yes, we started it last year as like the pilot for it, and it had great response. The kids learn stand-up and improv. I did stand-up classes, and I went to improv classes. And even though I don't actively in an improv troupe, I love improv comedy. And it's a great thing within the day to get the kids up, do improv games and moving, and not just sitting there writing all day. But they, at the end of it, did a showcase where each one of them had a 5 to 10 minute set. And at the end of it, they hosted their own improv games.
Oh.
I sat down, and then they had one of them stood up and handled all the games on stage, and it was great.
Cool.
It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine getting to do that as a kid, though. It's so much fun. First of all, and kids, I think, too, a lot of them need that outlet.
Yeah.
And what a cool outlet, because you don't find that very often, I think.
The closest one was, I think we said 100 miles away at one point. And there may be different this year. I don't know. But like what I loved is parents were coming to me and go, my kid doesn't do sports.
Mm-hmm.
This was their place.
Right.
They didn't feel like they fit anywhere. And that's kind of comedians. We're weird. Like we don't always fit in a box. Like
Right.
I played sports, but mostly I sat there and cheered people on from the bench. And made them laugh. And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And so seeing these kids find a place, at the beginning of the week, they don't want to get up. They don't want to be in front of each other. But then making them comfortable enough by the end that they're going to stand up in front of a couple hundred of their supporters.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I loved
it.
Now, if people are interested in that, where is it? How do they get involved? Who hosts it?
We're going to be at the Wobbly Butt, the entertainment complex.
All right.
And so that's coming this summer. We should have dates up soon. We're hoping that we can get a big enough interest that maybe not during the day, but have a teenage camp too. That would be really fun. Or even if it's not a teenage camp, it could be a class.
Yeah.
And so if we have teenagers who are interested, if they'll just let me or even Paul know, that is something we're looking at. That and adult classes. And so
Awesome.
I don't necessarily know, depending on the age of putting teenagers with the adults, but they all learn how comedy works. They learn what makes people laugh, the structure of a joke. They learn how to have stage presence. They learn, and so even if they're not wanting to do comedy, the confidence builder this gives for somebody who, like when I was in classes, there were people taking it because they were going to do public speaking and they wanted to be comfortable with it. And I think that's perfect for teenagers and adults, because if you have to present a presentation or speak in front of people, once you've done comedy, you're good. You can do anything.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely. I think that's like probably the best thing for public speaking, right? If you want to do that. Alyssa,
No, thank
you
you.
have a fear of public speaking.
I'm just like, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to be like, this is exciting.
Can we sign Alyssa up for the kids camp?
Yep, you can do kids, and then we'll graduate.
That actually
you.
scares me even more. They're like, they will tell you you're not funny to your face.
Oh,
Like,
they
I
will.
can't do that.
They will.
They're like, she sucks. Sit down.
Yeah.
They do feedback where they come up and they put their material in and they speak. They do it in front of the group, and then the group gives them feedback on how to add to it or what to do with it.
Cute.
And so we create by that time. Everybody's friendly. We're not being ugly to each other.
Yeah.
But it's so fun because you'll see a 9-year-old give an 11-year-old a punchline.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's
Wow.
incredible.
That's cool.
It's so much fun.
Yes. No, I love that. Can we like videos that and sell it? Because I feel like people would buy that. I would definitely watch it.
There's my new TikTok.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
blow
There
up
you
on
go.
that.
There you go. It started here, guys, on Heart Mooresville.
How can you
Kids
tell if
comedy
they're
camp.
laughing at you or laughing with you?
The kids?
I just have a hard time deciphering between the two.
I don't care. I want it all.
Okay.
Like you can be all.
All right.
I just don't want the silence. Don't look at me
Yeah.
with dead eyes. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
There is silence, but there's power in the silence because when you do a build up, the laughter's always bigger.
True.
Okay. All right. Well, kids, man, that's where you got to go. Try it out. You get all the info. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to keep talking with Michelle Miller. We'll be right back on Heart Mooresville.
You're listening to Heart Mooresville, celebrating the events, arts, and people that make our town shine. Back after this, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, it's a bit cooler. That's the first thing you notice for our Tuesday. High temperatures only going to make it up into the upper 50s to around 60 for the afternoon. Chilly overnight, we'll go back down into the low 40s, maybe some upper 30s around the lake. And then we start the gradual step up into the upper 60s Wednesday, back up around 80 by Thursday, and staying dry for a while. That's your forecast from the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen. I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Jay White here from Central Iowa Realty. We're right in the center of North Carolina, and we put you at the center of everything we do. If you're selling a home, buying a home, or adding doors to your rental portfolio, put the team at Central Iowa Realty to work for you. Go to centraliowarealty.com and let's get started.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Let's start in Huntersville, where families are invited to celebrate the season at Lake Forest Church's Hop This Way Easter Egg Hunt. It all happens March 28th from 3:30 to 5 p.m. at Lake Forest Church in Huntersville. Kids can take part in a large Easter egg hunt, meet the Easter Bunny, and enjoy games and family-friendly activities in a festive, welcoming environment. It's a great way to kick off the spring season with the whole family. Then, looking ahead to April, come hungry because one of Mooresville's most popular events is back. The Downtown Mooresville Festival of Food Trucks kicks off its 2026 season on Saturday, April 4th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. along Broad and Main Streets. With more than 15 food trucks, live music from Untethered Soul, and a lively social district atmosphere, it's the perfect excuse to grab a chair, bring some friends, and enjoy incredible food from across the Charlotte and Lake Norman region. This fan-favorite event runs the first Saturday of each month, April through October, and opening night is always one you don't want to miss. And finally, a chance to enjoy a great meal while supporting a great cause. The Stony Point Volunteer Fire Department is hosting a drive-through barbecue chicken fundraiser on April 11th, starting at 11 a.m. until sold out at Station 1. For just $10, you'll get a plate with barbecue chicken, baked beans, slaw, a roll, and dessert, all while supporting local firefighters and community safety initiatives. It's a simple way to give back and enjoy a classic meal.
MuralFest 2026, presented by Window World, returns April 23rd through 26th to Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear Allison Krause in Union Station, featuring Jerry Douglas, Old Crow Medicine Show, Charles Wesley Godwin, Blackberry Smoke, and more. For tickets, visit muralfest.org.
For more local events, seasonal happenings, and everything going on around Lake Norman, visit liveworkplaylkn.com. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
You're listening to iHeart Mooresville, connecting the people, the places, and the events that make our town special. Only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And welcome back to iHeart Mooresville. We're in the final stretch of the show, last segment here on WSIC News. We've been talking with Michelle Miller, the hilarious Michelle Miller, comedian who lives here in Mooresville locally but travels all over to get to do her comedy. She's getting ready to do a Carnival Cruise Lines. So exciting. I wanted to share just a couple of stats because comedy, while it's obviously entertainment and it's something that, you know, we all love to do, you know, in our free time, but it also has health benefits. Mm-hmm. Health benefits, guys. So you can say that you can literally say buying tickets to your show will improve your health.
Well, I call it a workout because people always say they leave with their face hurting or their stomach hurting. I was like, well, we're causing the jazzercise.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so a couple health benefits of comedy, guys. Laughing. Let's say laughing. So even just a few minutes of laughter a day can lower your stress hormones like cortisol and trigger positive brain chemicals. So, you know, your cortisol levels, hormones, it can help with that. It can increase your pain tolerance thanks to endorphins, your body's natural painkillers. So it gets those endorphins flowing, won't feel pain as much. A good laugh actually boosts the blood flow and improves circulation. So similar to exercise. Yeah. So you're right. It is like a workout.
Yeah. They actually, I can't remember which study or how much exactly it was, but it was like 15 minutes of laughter was like 75 calories burned.
Nice. Okay.
And so I don't remember if that's exact numbers, but I remember like, okay, you come in, you got like 300 calories to burn if you'll actually laugh.
Yeah,
so.
There you go. I love it. No, so it does, you know, it does have proven benefit for health too. I mean, it reduces anxiety and, you know, depression. So, you know, I've heard people say that I always try to laugh, just like laugh at least once a day, you know, even if it's just.
So if I do that,
what are you laughing at?
In my house by myself.
Yeah, do it.
Just laugh.
And
it'll be a workout. I like that.
You should.
Let's try it right now. Shall we? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. See, now we're really laughing.
Fake laughter gets me. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, but it does. Got the health benefits, y'all. So, Michelle, if people want to see you and find out where you're going to be next, where can they go?
Everything's super easy because I realized early on that people never remember who I am. And so the website is thatfunnylady.com.
I love that.
Because everybody's like, who's that funny lady we saw? And I was like, that's the website. Every social media handle is Michelle M. Comic.
Michelle M. Comic. Okay.
So TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of it is Michelle M. Comic.
I love it. All right. And then, so reach out if you're interested in booking Michelle or seeing her locally. You can go to her website, thatfunnylady.com. Love it. Or follow her on socials. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Well, hang around. We've still got a couple minutes left, but we're going to talk about some of the upcoming events in the area. As you know, we talk about Mooresville is growing, and we have lots going on in the area. The Experience and Engagement Department just put out a huge announcement on Friday that we are partnering with the Mooresville South Iredell Chamber of Commerce to merge the Mooresville Day event and the Race City Festival into one epic experience.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
I'm so excited.
Mashup.
That's
We love
right.
our mashups.
We love a mashup event. So it's timely because this year is America 250.
Yep.
250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And so you'll see a lot of programming throughout this year. So it's just kind of another way that we'll celebrate, our amazing.
Bigger and better.
Yeah. Amazing experience. But that event is on May 9th.
Yep.
It's going to be 10 to 3. It's in downtown Mooresville along Main Street, Broad Street, and that whole downtown area. What are people going to see? What can people expect at that event?
Or what are we allowed to say?
Everything.
Okay.
No, I mean, everything. We're spilling it all.
Okay.
We're spilling it all.
That sounded, in my head, that did not say. I know what you guys meant, but like, what can I say? Whatever you want. Okay. That sounds secretive and a little risque.
So we try to trickle out announcements.
Trickle out. Yeah.
Yes, that's what she means.
Like, what are y'all asking this year?
Surprise.
It's a surprise, Michelle. It's going to be amazing.
Michelle's headlining. No, just
No. We try to trickle information. We try to trickle it out so we can, keep the excitement going because we do have some exciting stuff this year. But like the rides and
artisan
market.
Yeah.
Yep.
Local
Local
businesses.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of food trucks.
Some activities. Like I think we're bringing back gem mining.
Yes.
Which is always really fun for the kids to do.
And we'll do an interactive experience.
Yep.
So we partner with Sigmund Theatrical, and they have just kind of like street performers, stilt walkers. They'd always do this interactive experience at John Franklin Moore Park.
Yes.
But the theme we'll announce as a surprise.
Yes.
But yeah, it's going to be exciting. And I think one of the things too is, really trying to bring racing, back to the festival and incorporate that into the experience. Because we're in Race City, USA.
That's us.
There's gotta be racing, man. You gotta have some racing, right?
There's also a mascot competition, right? Amongst the high schools.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. School mascot dance-off is huge. Talk about that rivalry.
Yes, it gets anything we can compete over here. We're going to compete over it.
Yes.
So will y'all do competition? I know you're doing that. Are there other competitions?
We have like musical cakes as well on the stage. So you're competing for a cake essentially. So we have like rounds of people doing like musical chairs, but we have these stickers on the floor.
Yes.
And if your number gets called, you get a whole cake.
That's incredible.
Yeah, a couple competitions.
That's my world right there.
Yeah, and I think school mascot dance competition is definitely the biggest one.
Yeah.
It gets heated though. The mascot rivalry. You got Mooresville High School. We had like Norman.
We had Langtree
Pine Lake Prep.
Yep.
We've had a couple other like Woodlawn, I think. But yeah, it's a serious thing. Your mascot.
Bragging rights for a year.
Yeah. You get a trophy. To display.
That's special.
Yeah. And you have to show 60 seconds straight of dancing by yourself in a crowded, that's a lot.
60 seconds?
Yeah.
60 seconds is long if you've ever exercised.
It was like everybody kind of does like a 30-second thing, and then you get your own time. It's like, it's just crazy.
30 seconds.
It's a lot of fun.
Broken into two, I guess. But yes, and it is. And, people are trying to show off their TikTok moves. And it's fun to see the different dance moves that people, that do. It's a fun experience. And then, the musical cakes. So the event Mooresville Day started as, our 150th anniversary. So Mooresville's birthday, essentially, we were 150 years old. And so now I think we're 154 now.
Or something like that.
Something like that. 153, 154. I don't do math. But we are But so essentially we're giving away birthday cakes, like Mooresville's birthday cakes, so you can win. So yeah, there's some fun activities as part of the event. And then of course, just like rides and food trucks and that whole downtown dining experience. We have so many great restaurants, plus so many great local food trucks. The artisans too, there's such a big community of people that make, their own handmade items. I mean, the artisans in Mooresville, it really is something that has grown that community over the past few years, where we have to turn people away because we get so many applications.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And I love that people have a place to show that stuff off, because not everyone has a brick and mortar or a storefront. And so they're always looking for those ways to, kind of connect with the community and let people know what they do. And so this is a perfect experience for that. So yeah, excited about that event.
It's very fun. It's one of our favorites.
Also,
it's one of our favorites too. We love it.
Good. Well, we'll see you there on May 9th, for sure. And then a couple other things coming up. April 24th is the last show in the Our Town Stage Entertainment series for this season. We'll be back in October, November. Are there any tickets left?
I think we have like 4 tickets left.
4 tickets. Okay. 4 tickets,
4.
guys.
That's it.
You got to go to
Get 'em while they're hot.
mooresvilleevents.com.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
Get
who
those
is
last.
It's September.
It's September.
What's September?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
When is
tribute.
September?
I love it. I love it. I can't believe there's still 4 tickets left.
I know. No, September is I think one of the best shows that I've seen in a while. Like those tribute shows, they are so high energy. Such a great show experience. Talented musicians.
Yeah, we got to see them.
Yes, they've played with so many other combinations too. I mean, this is their profession. This is what they do, and definitely talented.
Yeah.
Their voices, especially the one that hits the high notes. I love his voice. But yeah, September is a great show. It is our Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute.
Love it.
So last few tickets on sale. And you can always go to mooresvilleevents.com to find out all of the events that we have coming up. Also, our Parks and Recreation Department and Library with the town of Mooresville have programming all the time. I always tell people, like, it's not even, there's things that I can highlight, but you really have to go to their websites and look at all the programs that they have, because there's so much all the time. For example, Parks and Recreation has their crazy running right now, which I think is cool and a great way for kids to get exercise. But it runs through May 10th, and it's on Wednesdays and Sundays. You can, go to their website to find out how to sign up for that, which is mooresvillerecreation.org. They also have roller skate night coming up on March 27th, which is fun because we don't have a roller skating rink in Mooresville. We need one. But they do like fun themes, and it's always a fun time. And then Egg Quest is well underway right now. We do a whole quest for eggs here in Mooresville. It's not just your grab and run and dash type thing.
Yeah, no, they get hidden the night before.
Yeah.
In like 5 or 6 parks, and then it's just, if you can find one, grab one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they get really cool prizes.
Yeah, and it's a great way to get people out to the parks and into our parks, because we have 17 parks here in Mooresville. Lots of great parks. So this week it's starting on March 28th, it's Edgemore, Magla, North Main, Reed Creek, and Dye Creek Park. So go out, check those parks, see if you can find some eggs. All right, thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week with I Heart Mooresville here on WSIC News.